What's up, y'all? This is Marshall Lee of DonkeyJawProjects.com, and this is the Working Artist Vlog. How you doing? Today I did work on Lone Wolf for about a half an hour, more or less, while I was doing a live stream with Russ Leach, aka Comic Book Black Belt. So check that video out. Check out Comic Book Black Belt's YouTube channel. It's really awesome. There's a lot of really cool stuff there. But we talked about promoting comics, which, you know, it's kind of always talked about in a lot of videos, but since that's the majority of my activity these days, well, I don't know if it's the majority, but it's something I'm doing a lot, and a lot of my friends are doing a lot these days, I figured let's chat about it. So anyways, today I did some work on Lone Wolf. I'm happy with the progress. Want to get more progress done. It's been taking me too long to do this page, mostly because I haven't been able to get to it as much as I have been able to get to the pages before, because of just different things in life keeping me away from my art desk, you know. So I still work on comics every day, but yeah. So, you know, I'm glad I got some stuff done though with that, and then throughout the rest of the day I've been kind of working on this idea that I was talking about yesterday, and that idea is, we don't really have a title for it, but I can let you know who I'm collaborating with, and that is Mr. Peter Palmiotti. And we don't know exactly what the end of this thing is going to be or what, but yeah, we don't know for sure what's going to happen with this, like what we're gonna do with it, how it's all gonna be in the end, but we know what we're doing right now, and we're making a comic story. So it's very much a collaboration, and I'm excited about it, and we're kind of both writing it, both doing art stuff on it, so it's gonna be really fun. Basically I'm gonna be penciling and he's gonna be inking, but we're both kind of writing it and coming up with the ideas together. Normally I wouldn't have somebody ink my stuff, because to me inking is like the best part of making comics. That's like the fun part. Well, actually that was the way it was, but now I feel like writing might be my favorite part, to be honest. But I like doing it all. It's hard, it's not easy, none of it's easy, but inking is like kind of the icing on the cake. It's when you get to put the finishing touches on. But he's a much better inker, he's a much more experienced inker than me, so I'm actually excited to see what it looks like when I put some art down and then he puts some art down on top of it. That's going to be really cool and interesting, and I'm excited to work with him on character designs and things like that. There's a lot of stuff, but I'll talk about what I did with that so far today. I might do even more, we'll see. I've been kind of playing around with some things at other little times during the day, so we'll get to that in a minute. First, let's check out some stories, or a story. I'm not sure if it'll be one or two until I actually do it here. Alright, so I just read Corey Kerr's From Hell's Heart. What a cool story. This is a story that I've been hearing about since the beginning of the idea of the second anthology. Corey Kerr's been talking about it, and he had this grand idea of a story, or I think he had an idea for a story. Then it turned into this big grand thing. Then we found out that the stories were only going to be 4 pages long, so he had to even make it shorter. I think, I may be wrong, but I think this is kind of the abridged version of his journey with this. And man, I tell you, did he find a way to make something really epic within only 4 pages. It is really cool, and the way to do that, I'm just finding out, the way to do that is to stand on the shoulders of giants. He kind of maps this story over the tale of Moby Dick to a certain extent, and he pretty much includes very, like, a ton of different mythical creatures. So it is just chock full of some cool stuff and a nice little twist ending, which I'm noticing a lot of these stories have, and I think it's a really fun, interesting twist and really great illustrations. Corey Kerr really brought it with the illustrations. Sorry for all the sounds with the cars. I got a highway right next to me. Hopefully it's still not horrible for you to hear this. And for the second story is Dave Hingley's All Bets Are Off. So this story, you're gonna, I mean, all right, here we go. Here's the pitch for it. A light-hearted comedy about the Grim Reaper. The end. I think that right there is enough to get you to grab this anthology, because you gotta read this story. It is just super fun. It's good. It's funny. When death appears at a veterinary office for a specific reason, and there's other mythical creatures in the lobby as well, which is interesting, and it has a fun, again, kind of a punchline at the end. So definitely check it out. Dave Hingley did a great job, great storytelling. I loved it. I had nothing but a blast reading it. So yeah, it's time to get on to that anthology, guys. Go and support, please. And again, help to share this video and other things where we've shared these links. Especially share my links if you want to be part of making the decision of what the next anthology theme is going to be. Definitely share my links. It's basically 100 days of making comics.com/Marshall with 2 L's. If you want to go forth and conquer under my name. All right, that's enough of that. Anyways, thank you guys for checking that out. It's time to get on to the next topic, which is world building.
Traffic accident. Run. A Beaver County man is being held for murder and more labor.
Alright, so like I said, I wanted to talk about world building, and I did, like I said, some work on Lone Wolf this morning, which you'll be seeing as we're discussing this. And also, like I said, I've been working on the story with myself and Peter. He had like a tentative title, and I wasn't sure if it was one thing or another thing. I'm just calling it Big Wrath, but I don't know if that's going to be the title or not. I think we need to keep brainstorming on that. So anyways, the story is fun and interesting. It's kind of got a bit of a 90s flair to it, just kind of celebrating the things that we enjoy about the 90s comics and everything, and the action and kind of the overtopness and stuff, which is something that I was trying to do already with another story that I have called what is it called? Bloodstorm. Another one that I'm writing, but that's like a way different take than what we're doing here. So this one is kind of a mix between A-Team and Supernatural, if you ever watched the show Supernatural, and other things too. It's got a lot of influence in it, and it's kind of a 4-person team, but there's more to it than just that. And so today I was spending time building some of the kind of the antagonists a little bit, and then also just this group of people that helps them, because one thing that Peter put in the notes was something about kind of having different like gadgets and explosives and kind of maybe machines and stuff like that, maybe like vehicles and stuff like that. So I was like that would be cool. Like, how could I kind of incorporate that? And then the term what is it? I think I called it gearheads. The term gearheads came to mind. So I was thinking, oh, well, what if I have a group of individuals that are almost like a like the pit at like NASCAR or something, where they can do stuff like really quickly. So I came up with like an idea for that, which I don't know if I want to reveal like everything, because it's you know, I want it to be something cool you read in the comic. But anyways, so there's a group called the Gearheads that works with them, and then I was starting to build kind of this world of like some of, you know, the ways that this group will function and things like that. But one thing is I'm getting to that point, like it's easy for me to do world building and like play around in that realm, but I could do that forever. So I really want to get to the point where I am actually mapping out the actual story. So that's going to be, I think, my next step. I'm going to continue to write out some of the premise, and I'm going to apply that to the story embryo and see what comes up. Hopefully I could get that done today. That would be really awesome. I don't know if I will be able to. It's hard to believe I will be able to, because I've kind of run out of most of my extra time, but I might still have other extra time besides that. I also did some sketching last night to kind of come up with the general, just to kind of mostly come up with the body type, but just some sketches on Thumper, the character Thumper. I really, for some reason, the story starts with him in my mind, and it started with him with Peter as well, which is interesting because he's not necessarily, I don't know, all the characters seem kind of interesting to me, so I don't know why it started with him, but it did. So I started doing some sketching, and I'm excited to continue that and work out his design and stuff, and I'll be showing this stuff all to Peter, and we'll go back and forth and stuff. But yeah, I'm excited about this story. When Glyph comes down the pike, you know, when I finally get the script for that, which it's being developed right now by Fue. He's working hard at that. Like, he just gave me an update the other day. He's trying to get this thing done because it's just a lot of work, and he wants to keep going with it and just make it a really cool story. And he wants me, you know, to see what we're going to be able to do visually with it as well. So, you know, I want to do some kind of concept design for that too, but there's only so much I can do. But once the Glyph story comes my way, and the Lone Wolf story is done, I will be focusing most of my attention on Glyph. But I have a feeling I'm going to keep playing around with the story with Peter as we go as well, and kind of go back and forth from between those two. There's other projects as well, but those are kind of my main ones. There's another super secret project that I probably will mess with as well, but that's like, it's kind of a smaller fun thing that doesn't, you know, it's kind of like, if I don't feel like working on these other two things, it's easy to kind of jump on this other one for a little bit. So yeah, I want to get that going soon too. But yeah, a lot of things in the works, a lot of comics and world building and all kinds of stuff.
1, 2, 3.